Breaking news! What if I told you the Ravens' most loyal coach to Lamar Jackson is gone, and in his place, a Super Bowl caliber mind is stepping in from enemy territory? What if I told you the guy who used to coach Drew Brees is now working behind the scenes in Baltimore, while whispers grow louder that a top NFL wide receiver could be next to walk through those doors? Something big is brewing in this Ravens offseason, and it's not just about a coaching change. It's a full-on transformation, and you won't believe who's being linked to the purple and black next. But before we get into all of it, make sure you hit that like button if you're a true Ravens fan. It's always amazing to see fans of all ages supporting this team. And if you feel like it, comment, "Go Ravens!" Let's show the rest of the league how strong this flock really is. Now, let's talk about why this may be the boldest offseason move of the Lamar Jackson era. The Baltimore Ravens have officially parted ways with quarterbacks coach T. Martin. That's not just a minor shakeup. Martin wasn't just another assistant on staff. He's been with the team since 2021 and is one of the closest figures to Lamar Jackson in the building. His departure signals something bigger. The Ravens are in full transformation mode. A total reset of the coaching structure is underway. Martin's exit means Baltimore is now searching for someone new to guide their franchise quarterback. That's not a small task. Lamar Jackson, a two-time MVP, requires a coach who can connect with him both personally and schematically. With T. Martin gone, the Ravens will need to fill that gap carefully. There's no official replacement yet, but the Ravens didn't wait long to make other bold moves on the offensive side. Enter Joe Lombardi. And yes, that last name does mean something. Joe Lombardi brings over 2 decades of coaching experience and has worked under one of the most respected offensive minds in football, Sean Payton. He coached Drew Brees for years in New Orleans and was most recently the offensive coordinator for the Broncos. Before that, he held the same position with the Chargers, guiding Justin Herbert through his early NFL years. Let's be clear, Lombardi isn't coming in as the new quarterback's coach, but his presence will be felt in that room. He's been a QB coach. He's been an OC. He knows how to structure an offense and how to mold a passer. And more importantly, he has a long-standing connection with Baltimore's new offensive coordinator, Declan Doyle. Now that's where things get interesting. Doyle, who served as offensive coordinator with the Bears last year but never called plays, is considered a young, innovative mind cut from that same Sean Payton cloth. But experience? That's where critics raised eyebrows. Until now. With Lombardi stepping in as a senior offensive assistant, that balance shifts. Suddenly, you have a youthful OC bringing fresh concepts, paired with a veteran with deep knowledge of NFL offenses. It's a classic mentorship dynamic, and it might be exactly what this Ravens offense needs to hit the next level. And that's just the start. From Pittsburgh of all places, Baltimore snatched running backs coach Eddie Faulkner. That's right, after 7 years with the Steelers, Faulkner is now coaching the Ravens backfield. Not only is that a bold AFC North crossover, but there's deeper history here. Faulkner once worked side by side with Ravens offensive line coach Dwayne Ledford back at NC State. This isn't random, it's intentional. These aren't just hires based on resumes. These are strategic additions based on relationships and proven chemistry. That trend continues with the defensive side. P.J. Volker, Navy's former defensive coordinator, is coming in as the Ravens' new safeties coach. Add in Miles Taylor as the new assistant DB's coach. He played safety at Iowa, worked with Jesse Minter in L.A., and was with the Chargers just last year. These are all pieces with prior connections. They're building something tight-knit, something collaborative. That matters when installing a fresh identity. Let's not forget what's still missing, though. Baltimore has yet to name a new quarterback's coach, a wide receivers coach, or a tight ends coach. On defense, they're still searching for a defensive line coach and an outside linebackers coach. And let's not even get into special teams. No coordinator named there yet either. But the core is forming fast, and the vision is becoming clearer. Surround Lamar Jackson with experienced minds and familiar philosophies while rejuvenating the staff with energy and cohesion. But now, let's talk about the post that broke the Ravens fan base into speculation overdrive. Nambi Matabike, who hasn't played since last season, put out a cryptic message: "You either quit or keep going." They both hurt. Choose wisely. Add that to his recent posts about good news coming and, well, it's hard not to read into it. Fans are dreaming. Could he actually return to Baltimore? Matabike was a massive loss last season. The defensive line hasn't been the same without him. Travis Jones is showing signs of breaking out, and there's young depth in names like Rayshead Nichols and Broderick Washington, but none of them carry Matabike's sheer impact. If he does come back under Jesse Minter's leadership and this refreshed coaching staff, that entire pass rush dynamic changes. Period. And while we're dreaming big, let's talk about that other bombshell that just dropped. Derrick Henry, speaking candidly on the Up and Adams show, said it straight. He wants A.J. Brown in Baltimore. Yes, that A.J. Brown. The same receiver who dominated with the Titans, who already has chemistry with Henry, and who could potentially bring a true WR1 presence alongside Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. Derrick Henry didn't mince words. He's all in on the idea. The Ravens are loaded with young talent, but they still need that one elite veteran presence on the outside. Brown's contract is complicated. Philly would have to move pieces around, and the Ravens would need to get creative. But where there's noise, there's always fire smoldering underneath. So the question we all need to ask is this. Because here's the thing, if you're talking about winning now, about capitalizing on the prime of Lamar Jackson's career, then the Ravens can't afford to play it safe anymore. And this coaching shakeup proves they know it too. Baltimore isn't tweaking. They're reconstructing. Piece by piece, brick by brick, they're building something different, something dangerous. Let's circle back to A.J. Brown, because this isn't just off-season smoke. It's starting to feel like more than a fantasy. We all know how volatile things have been in Philadelphia. There's tension behind the scenes. A.J. Brown's social media has had its share of cryptic posts too. And even though the Eagles haven't formally said they're shopping him, the whispers are getting louder. That's why Derrick Henry mentioning it on camera felt so loaded. He didn't just toss out a name. He recruited A.J. Brown right there on the spot, publicly, eagerly. He knows what that kind of addition could do to this offense. Imagine it. You line up Zay Flowers, explosive, dynamic, unpredictable. Rashad Bateman healthy and ready to finally play his full potential. Mark Andrews returning, Isaiah likely proving to be more than just a backup, and now add A.J. Brown to that mix? That's not just firepower. That's a nightmare for defenses. And at running back, Derrick Henry, Keaton Mitchell, Justice Hill, possibly even Gus Edwards depending on what they do in free agency. And all of it now supported by a reshaped defensive line under Dwayne Ledford, with guys who have actually worked together before. Suddenly, the pieces start clicking. Joe Lombardi, with years of quarterback development under his belt. Declan Doyle, who brings fresh modern designs. Dwayne Ledford, who knows how to coach physical, aggressive linemen. Eddie Faulkner, bringing AFC North toughness straight from Pittsburgh. And it doesn't stop there. On defense, Mike Mickens, who's respected for his ability to develop corners, stays as the DB coach. P.J. Volker, who ran a disciplined and hard-hitting Navy defense, now leads the safeties. Miles Taylor, coming off a stint with Jesse Minter in L.A., slots in perfectly as assistant DB's coach. And let's not overlook the presence of Anthony Weaver returning to Baltimore as the new defensive coordinator. A former Raven himself, Weaver understands the identity of this team in a way that few can. He's been around some of the most physical defenses in the league. This unit is going to have an edge again. But all of it, still hinges on one thing, the quarterback. Lamar Jackson. This is his era. And as it stands right now, the Ravens have no quarterbacks coach officially assigned. That role is critical. Whoever fills it has to step in and immediately develop a bond with Lamar. Not just about film and footwork, but trust, communication, timing. T. Martin had that. That's what makes his departure so bold. Because it means the Ravens believe they can elevate beyond that foundation. They're betting big that someone, maybe someone not even on the staff yet, can elevate Lamar's game to another tier. Could Joe Lombardi help fill that void, even unofficially? He's certainly capable. But the Ravens need to be deliberate here. The QB coach is often the first person a quarterback sees when he walks into the building, and the last person he talks to after practice. That voice has to matter. And that brings us back to the bigger picture. The Ravens are at a crossroads. They're reloading the coaching staff with trusted connections, high-level experience, and young innovators. They've brought in star talent in Derrick Henry. They're working behind the scenes to potentially bring back Mattabike, a move that would stabilize their defensive interior. And now, they're circling the idea of going all in for A.J. Brown. But is that enough? Is this offense one move away? Is A.J. Brown the guy who tips the balance and makes this unit uncoverable? Or should the Ravens focus on building through the draft and investing in younger, cost-controlled talent? There's a real debate here. One side wants fireworks now. The other wants sustainable growth. And that's where the Ravens front office needs to make a choice. If they're going for it all in 2026, and with these coaching moves, it looks like they are, then the next few weeks will define that ambition. Lamar is ready. The weapons are there. The staff is aligning. But what comes next? Is it a blockbuster trade, a surprise hire, or a quieter,